Hi there, my name is Cupicate, and welcome back to WolfQuest Eyrtha's Light, starring Seraph. So last time we did end up finding a pretty impressive hoodoo male, and we're continuing his trial today. Seraph is impressed with him, but she's still a little nerve-wracked after Cricket having left her. So with her heartbreak of that, she is kind of keeping a careful eye on this male, but he's also very attentive to her. I mean, look at how attentive? Y'all, I can't word. Stay in school, kids. I say that like I didn't stay in school. I graduated high school. I just can't word. And I want to be a writer. I'm doomed. Anyways, but he is very close to her at all times, and I actually find that really, really precious. She's going to eat on this meat chunk a little bit. Let's see. They are really full. Honestly, they're fine. She does have a small minor injury, so laying back down and possibly resting might be better for the both of them. It is night and our hoodoo male is already awake, hoping to coax us into some play. He's very, very sweet, and he's showing more and more of a playful side, but I do think that's making Seraph a little nervous. She will give him some attention. Even though she's nervous, she doesn't want to possibly risk a good pairing. Let's see. Let's do a grin. Let's do some kissy face. We are still trying to raise affinity with this male, so it is important that we're giving him some attention. Maybe a chin rest would be good as well. Hunting is honestly the best, or even taking over territory. It can help quite a bit. So I think Seraph might even play coy here and just see how this hoodoo male reacts to her playing coy, if he even pays attention. Perhaps his mind is on food, which isn't a bad thing. A mate that's focused on hunting is going to be good for Seraph, because that is the only reason she will ever take her mate away from the den, is for hunting. Whoa, that was really lucky. We just came across this mule deer. Wow, he's even fighting a different mule deer. What is happening? Oh gosh, that damage though. He might have found a weaker one and we just didn't listen, but that's incredible. Oh, this one does look weaker. Is it a fawn? Perhaps it's a fawn. Ow, that's what I get for not paying attention. Oh, it is a fawn. Okay, so he was going after the fawn. That's kind of smart, but that's also a sign that he may not go after bigger game. Never mind. Wow, he went after the mom so we could go after the fawn? That's pretty crazy. Wow. So he's a very good hunter. He's an incredibly good hunter. I think that's going to mean a lot to Seraph, him being such a good hunter. He's even healed up really well. Unfortunately, we haven't, so we may curl up in this little divot in the mountain right here and go back to sleep. Hunting elk is the best, honestly, when it comes to raising affinity. But that was great. Oh, good. Our minor injury healed. It looks like the bears may have finished the rest of that carcass, but that's all right. I can live with that. We didn't exactly reward our male for how well he did in the hunt, so Seraph's going to take some time this morning and do that, and she might even do a little roll to encourage his love of play. She's feeling a little more comfortable. She enjoys his ability to hunt. It makes her feel safe. And I think that means a lot to her right now since she's so heartbroken and she's alone. And so that safety is going to mean something to her. And yeah, she's perfectly capable of taking care of herself. She knows that she doesn't really need someone to survive, but she does need a mate in order to have pups. And she has better chances if she keeps that mate with her. Oh, wow. So there were 3 coyotes here kind of, I don't know if they were fighting or arguing over the carcass, but this hoodoo chased them off pretty quickly. And he's 100% hunger. This is great. This is absolutely great. So let's see if we don't happen to smell any elk. Ooh, I smell bull elk, which is dangerous. We're not fully healed. As much as I would love to see how he does with chasing bigger game, I'm not going to risk Seraph to do that, and she wouldn't risk herself either, even though she healed her leg. In hopes of getting the sense to change a little bit, I let Seraph have one more nap just to see if we couldn't get her healed up. So now they're just spending some time, I imagine, having some small talk, maybe trying to get to know each other. I sort of imagine that this male is trying very hard to pry things out of Seraph, and she's being a little tight. She's being a little guarded, a little stubborn. And from that avert gaze that he did where he turned his head, I think he's really trying to tempt her out of her shell, but he's not getting anywhere. So he might as well stick to his playful ways for right now. I genuinely don't believe we've heard him howl yet. I wonder if he'll howl with us. Oh my gosh! He has the same howl! His second howl is different, but his first howl is exactly the same. Well, already our affinity is pretty up there. It looks like we're currently sitting at 47%. I say pretty up there. We are going to need to hunt bigger game if we want to impress this male as well. I think he's very interested in Seraph. He's very curious about her, but she still needs to prove herself, and she is older, so she has a lot to prove. I do hear quite a bit of howling coming from this direction, and I'm somewhat tempted to see how this male does when it comes to other wolves. We've seen him face off with a bear, we've seen him chase off coyotes, we've seen him kind of almost tag team a deer and her fawn between attacking both. I think that's pretty awesome, honestly, but I want to see how he does with other wolves, if he tuck tails and runs, kind of like Cupicate did in the last litter that Seraph had, or if he faces them off. It's gonna be a little dangerous and it could get us a bit hurt, but it's important to know. So I absolutely smell stranger wolves, but I also smell an elk herd. So I imagine the stranger wolves of Junction Butte are hunting the elk. If we can manage to work together to chase them off, we might be able to hunt these elk. From what I can sense, with Seraph's very special nose, it looks like the wolves have been possibly leaving. Interesting. But the elk still seem to be this way. Let's see. Very faint, 3 hours. If we follow them this way, we should be able to find them, but we may still run into Junction Butte. So currently we're trying to spook them. It does seem that they're standing pretty firmly. Even the hoodoo male doesn't necessarily spook them as well as I'd like them to. Did he go after one? I don't want him to get hurt, but if he happens to go after one, I would be very interested to see which one he grabs. Okay, with this, he does seem to be looking for my lead. This is reminding me a little bit of Cupicate, which is making me nervous. So earlier, I had talked about in the previous episode that I had concerns of would he hunt as well if he was full. So we're about to find out. He doesn't seem to be going for the spike elk. That could just mean that the spike elk is healthy. Chaos, absolute chaos! Oh dear. Ow, ow, ow. So this calf was pretty healthy, but not bad. I want to see him attack it. Oop. We did manage to get our minor injury back. Oof. It's interesting. I saw him run ahead and try and go after another elk, so I wonder if he's good at sensing whether an elk is possibly weaker. Maybe we didn't make a good choice, but I'm not sure. I can't tell just yet. He has been helping us with the calf, but he hasn't been as determined in the hunt as he has been before. So I have a few concerns with that. As you can see, he's hanging back. He's kind of waiting for my lead. And this is something that Cricket did, so it makes me a little bit nervous. Oh, that hurt. Whew. And there it is. So that wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. So I think what will kind of nail it home is how he does with other wolves. He's done really well everywhere else. This has been the first time that I've really been nervous about his behavior and thought, oh, Cricket was like that. Aw, I let them sleep a few times and they fell asleep like this, kind of looking at each other. That's pretty precious. But we're still testing this male. I'm a little nervous. I think more so than I should be about that last hunt. I smell quite a few dispersals this way. This will be a good test, both female and male dispersals. Let's see how he handles them, if he chases them off, or if he just lets them be, and that's going to really tell me whether this male stays or goes. Oh dear, this is not good. If we help him fight, will he fight back? Okay, now he's chasing them. Oh, I don't know, y'all. We're gonna try again with a pack male or female and see how he does there. Let's see how he does with pack wolves. Okay, if we pull one off, how will he do? Will he help us or not? So he is helping us. Interesting. They were chased off pretty easily. Will he continue? What is he doing? So he is coming with us. He's going after that one. Interesting. That was better. That was better. We still had to put in, but I remember significantly that Cricket would not help fight at all. He will at least chase them off. It seems like he doesn't love the idea of fighting, but if he has to, he will. So that makes me feel a little bit better. I decided I wanted to try one more elk hunt to see how he did. We're still both pretty full, so we're gonna give this one more shot. We're in another wolf's territory as well, so that could also mean something. He went after this calf. Wow, okay, so he is good at telling when they're weak. I walked right into that elk mom. I have only myself to blame. I'm feeling a lot better. Seeing him do that, he went out of his way like, this one. So perhaps if we're smart and we pay attention to him, he will tell us the best elk to hunt. I feel a lot better now. So he didn't do too bad with the wolves. He didn't do as bad as Cricket did, for sure. Now I'm kind of understanding his hunting a little bit. It seems like he's like, hey, over here, here's the weak one, like he knows. So that's pretty neat. And especially since we're going to be using him a lot for hunting in particular, that's important. So it wasn't that he was lazy or he didn't want to hunt. It was that he was trying to tell us this one, hello, this one. And I just wasn't getting it. Sounds like WolfQuest AI is amazing. Anyways. So then I'm happy. I think that we might go forward with this male. I'm going to see how close we are and give them one more sleep. I think at this point, Seraph may be looking for a sign from Eyrtha and hopes that was fast. And hopes that he's the one. Pop. I didn't even get to finish. Okay. I had genuinely thought about asking y'all, should we keep this male or not? The only reason I'm not going to is because Seraph is on a timeline. And here's the deal with her mate. Whether he's a phenomenal mate or a horrible mate only tells the story in between of what we already know happens. So all we're doing is creating a middle. We know the end, pretty much. So I think I'm satisfied enough with him that Seraph would also be satisfied. I hate that she as a character looks at it that way, like, you satisfy my needs rather than I love you. You know, it's not a very good quality in her, and it's not an excuse that she's heartbroken, but she is heartbroken. I think it's making her distant, it's making her unsure. But he's shown he can hunt. He's shown that he's really good at picking out the weak prey, which is something that she actually tells Teo later. So maybe this is something that she learns from him. You know, all these little things that we can kind of poke in there to make the web cohesive. And so perhaps he's the one that teaches her that. Look for the weak one. Let them run and look for the weak one. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say yes. I'm not going to name him. I'm going to keep his name as Hoodoo for now. And I want y'all in the description below to give me name suggestions. I think a few of you did in last week's episode, but I want to give y'all all a chance to give me a name for this Hoodoo male. I don't know if I left that in, but I had slept in a hex that I thought was safe, and the Junction Butte, I believe it was. Oh no, it was Lamar Canyon. Came in while we were sleeping. I thought it was safe. It wasn't. They had made it back up to 60-something%, and 3 of them attacked us. And unfortunately, Seraph now has a major injury. I don't know if that major injury will remain when we go into Slu Creek, but if it does, oof, she'll be taking territory with a limp leg. The Hoodoo male did try his best. He truly did, but we were clearly outnumbered and they were extremely aggressive, so I can't really blame him. And he did try and get them off of us, so it was something. Aw, I let her sleep one last time and she's having dreams, all of which seem to be pretty good. Perfect. And it looks like her minor injury healed. She's still got a major injury, but at least the minor injury will not bother her in Slu Creek if we do keep that injury. Goodness! You gotta stop getting yourself in trouble, Seraph. Whatever shall we do? All right, y'all. I hope you liked this episode. And if you did, make sure you give the like button a tickle and a poke. Subscribe to join our family if you haven't already. And jingle the bell to be notified of when I post WolfQuest Eyrtha's Light. Also, feel free to click the join me link down below. It has all of my socials there. Oh my gosh, hoodoo. I didn't want to see the inside of your mouth. Anyways, where you can join Discord or you can follow me on Twitch where you see me live every week. Yay! Next time, we will be in Slu Creek taking territory with our newly named hoodoo male. So I look forward to that and I will see you then. Love you guys. Bye.